Cam, well, congratulations on the new deal. How nice is it to have it sort of just done and out of the way ahead of what's going to be a pretty big game on Friday night?
Thanks, Lockie. Yeah, it's kind of been bubbling away in the background a little bit, which is kind of how I wanted it to be. Obviously, all my focus has been on the first couple of finals we've played in, and then moving on to this week is another big week for the club. So, I've kind of wanted to make it all about the team and kind of push any kind of individual aspects of my career to the background.
I know you've sort of said all along that you were confident it was going to get done. What is it about the club that's, I guess, made you commit for what is essentially the rest of your career?
Oh, for me personally, I feel like the club has always given me respect, and I've tried to return that. The negotiations went really well, and they were conducted really fairly and respectfully again. So the whole process has been a good one, but kind of as I said before, that's been a little bit in the background for me, not a massive focus, but it's been more on what we can achieve this year.
When you sign on, Cam, as a sole survivor who didn't play in that 2011 year, did you get to contract negotiation during finals? Is it a reminder of hanging around, recommitting, and hopefully getting what you missed out on as a really young bloke?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of an aspect of that, Craig. I think kind of going back to 2011 now, and that being Geelong's last grand final win, I think kind of projecting forward from then, it was always a goal of mine to get in that group and be a premiership player. And there's been opportunities over those years, but haven't quite been able to go all the way. And 2021 is just another opportunity. So looking forward to what the next couple of weeks holds.
So what goes through your mind as you go into a fifth prelim and having had the opportunity to play in the GF last year to try to get that ultimate prize again and get the opportunity to go through to a grand final?
I think as a playing group and a club as a whole, it's just been really exciting for us. We want to be here when the whips are cracking, and we are again. And once again, we just give ourselves a chance. We've kind of settled into Perth and in the hub and kind of got through all that now, and eyes are on Friday night, and we're willing to go out and give it our best shot, and we've been preparing that way. So, really enthusiastic about our prospects again, and can't wait to get out there.
I'm just interested in a follow-up comment on what Isaac said to us yesterday. He mentioned that in round 23, he thought that Lever and May, the all-powerful duo at the back of the Ds, made you guys look like fools in the contest. And I thought that was pretty strong wording, given how close the game actually ended up being. Do you agree with that? Is that a focus for you guys for the next game?
Yeah, thanks, Laura. I wasn't aware of those comments. They are pretty strong comments. I'm surprised Isaac does feel that way. I think, probably in the end it was just a quarter of footy that cost us. I think we were pretty good for 3 quarters. We had a dominant patch where we were able to convert our scores and put a lot of scoreboard pressure on. So, personally for me, reflecting on the game, those kind of comments, I don't know if I necessarily agree with, but eyes forward now, and hopefully, they're quality players, and they're going to give us a tough night. So we're definitely going to have some plans in place to address their influence, and hopefully we can bypass them and put some scoreboard pressure on.
I think the Demons, Jack Viney, just said the same thing, that he felt that it was only a 10-minute patch that probably turned, when you guys got in front. Do you feel like then it's far away to turn that around?
We're going to take some learnings from that game for sure, Katie. We're going to do some research, and I think it's a great thing that we've played them as recently as round 23. It's kind of fresh in our minds, and a lot of it is still relevant kind of going into this final, whereas maybe if we played them much earlier in the year, like a lot of things have kind of changed. We've got some personnel playing in the game that didn't play around 23, and I assume they've maybe made a few changes as well. So we'll take some learnings from that game and set ourselves up and hopefully play the game that and the game style that we want to play.
Cam, just looking ahead, I know it's probably not what you're thinking about at the moment, but the AFL has just confirmed the start time for the grand final, 5:15 in Perth. What do you think of a twilighty night time for a second year in a row?
Yeah, Annie, I think it's good for the game. It's good for the sport. It looks like it's going to be exciting having it over here in Perth. But any kind of grand final questions, we're not kind of thinking about at the moment. We've got our eyes on the prelim and looking forward to that game and yeah, giving ourselves a good chance to come away with the victory.
Do you think, just from a spectacle point of view, Cam, that the night grand final does really show off the game's biggest stage in the best way possible?
Oh, for me personally, I think the game and the actual what happens on the field is probably the most important thing. So whether that's day, night, twilight, I'm not too worried by it. So again, I'm probably not giving that too much thought. I'll leave that up to you guys, and I'll focus on Friday again.
And can I just ask about, in terms of experience when it comes to prelims? We've had a couple of players in the last couple of days say that prelims are the hardest games to win. Sometimes Isaac said that yesterday. Yeah, what do you think about that? Do you agree? And do you think that you've almost got a bit of an advantage having a bit more experience in these big games than what Melbourne does?
Yeah, I think for me, having experience of playing in prelims before, for a lot of our group, I guess there's no kind of uncertainty going into Friday night. We've done it, but at the same time, we're going to have some players playing in their first prelim. So I think some guys will have their nerves settled by the fact that they've been there and done it before. Obviously, prelims are going to be super hard to come out on top because only the 4 best teams are going to be left that late in the year. So yeah, we know it's going to be a tough game. We know we're going to have to bring our best effort, and yeah, looking forward to doing that.
You able to talk to us about Clayton Oliver, Cam? He's been a player that's, I guess, he's been fairly consistent across the year, but he seems to bring his best, against you guys, and he has for a little while now. What do you sort of do to try to limit his influence as much as you can on Friday?
Yeah, Clayton's a really good player, Lockie. He obviously loves to get his hands dirty and win that contested ball. He played really well against us in round 23 and was possibly the difference that night. So I think we'll have a good chat about him this week and in some of our meetings. But again, as a kind of a midfield group, we respect them as a whole, and they've got a lot of really good contributors.
Do you sort of see their midfield group, Cam, as like the young bucks trying to take away what you guys have built up for so long? They're all sort of in their mid-20s, and some of you guys are in sort of early 30s, I guess. Do you sort of see that as the young pups trying to put a big bite on you boys?
I hadn't before you said that, John, but maybe a little bit. No, that's probably looking into it in a way that maybe the players don't necessarily. I'll have a chat to maybe Joel later about it and see if he thinks the same thing. But I'll echo what I said before and just say that they're a really talented group. We respect what their midfield can do. We respect what their whole team can do. And yeah, well, we think we need to bring our best to tip the result our way Friday.
Just on that midfield element of it, Max Gawn obviously gives them so much supply. How do you approach him in a week like this? Do you focus on where he hits the ball to and expecting him to win hitouts, or do you back yourselves into to win that sort of a battle and assume you're going to get the first opportunity?
Yeah, I've always got great confidence in my teammates, so I think Reece will come up and do a really good job. He's had a really great finish to the season, so we kind of expect that Reece will win his fair share and give it a good crack in there. Max is obviously a really good ruckman, and he's going to win his fair share at times, so it's going to be a bit of a balance, both offensively and defensively, and we're going to be ready for both outcomes. It's the clearances and the centre bounces are going to be a massive part in whatever the way in the way the game kind of is shaped and the way the game ultimately goes in the end. And as a midfield group, we really take pride in what we can do in there, and we know we're really important in that battle. So looking forward to that.
Just wanted to ask about your brother. Do you expect him to also sign a contract extension?
I'm not too sure, Justin.
Do you, has he been talking to you much about it? Just saying he's pretty keen to stay, or what's going to go there?
yeah, I think we both love playing with each other. We both love representing Geelong. So I think if there's a chance that we can both do that together, we're both can hopefully do that for years to come. But as far as specifics, I'm not too sure.